All right, we're here breaking down this combat system. You know, my original model, we were to go with, we were looking at the brigades. Now I counted them up, and where's my little sheet here where I visualized the number of brigades that are going to be involved. Oh, don't tell me I lost that sheet. Oh, here you go. Here's the number of brigades that are going to be involved that I have to have on the map. I think when I counted them up, and these are the ones that are effective strength, there's each group of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 brigades. So I'd have to have 60 of these counters. All right, see what I'm kind of getting at here? These are supposed to be 2-mile hexes. Another way to do this is to divide this, let me get this out of the way, into divisions or corps. Now, I got this here with my way of figuring out this strength. Is you can tell what their strength was and how much they had killed and wounded in Gettysburg and what their strength is afterwards. So old Army of Potomac was only 24% strength after that. And you can tell, you can see the first corps here was Reynolds. He was only at 50% strength, and I got it broken down into these divisions. Meredith, he was 60% strength. That's what he said, he had to start out at a certain amount of strength points. But anyway, besides, what we're looking at here, we went for divisions, but now we're looking at corps. Maybe having a corps. And here, I don't want to lose this. We've already got this established with historically with our strength, so that tells us what the strength will be. Now with the corps, we'll have Reynolds, and with all of his 3 divisions in the corps, and each of those 3 divisions, there's 7 brigades. So in one corps, Reynolds' corps, there's 7 brigades. I added up their pips at the strength that they were in after Gettysburg, based on this here, the percentage of how strong they were, and I came up with an 18 strength point for Reynolds. Now this is when corps clash against corps, and this is kind of fun. I think I like this. I might go with this. But we're rolling 18 dice for each strength, for each pip that he has. He's got 18. This is gonna be a big die rolling game, and 18 you hit on 6s. So in this battle here, now we haven't gotten the Confederate strength points yet. But this corps, this is a corps on corps battle here, and I'm loving it. It's all right. Sorry about that. I had to delete some files. But anyway, corps on corps battle. Reynolds' corps is worth 18 strength points from all the pips from all of his brigades. I added on up, so it's a good strength. Now that's half strength though. He was only at 50% strength, so he'd be 36 at full strength. But this is after Gettysburg. So here you go. You'd be doing this, number 1. If I can get them all going. I could do this, but it takes 2 hands. So we're going to try this as 1. But yeah, I like this. Here's the sound of battle when one corps hits another one. That's a battle sound. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. You get out of all that, he's only inflicted 3 hits onto the enemy. So their strength point would go down from 18, you know, if it was him getting to 15. You see what we're getting at here, but I kind of like that concept. I like rolling a lot of dice. Now, I'd be a bear if you know, don't have that many dice. I guess you'd have to, I don't know if I'd be concluding 20 dice in each game, or even more, but you get the point. But like I said, this is my little homemade version. I can do whatever I want with it, but yeah, I like that. Now, in Fields of Despair, they got a bucket dice system too. This is called a bucket dice. And I've never really had a bucket dice game besides Fields of Despair, but they got a way that you can cut the buckets down. You know, so here you go again. Sound of battle. One corps against another, 18 strength points. Yeah. Hitting on 6s. 1 hit. Yeah. So I like that. When I keep this concept down here having fun, skipping from game to game. But that's the latest. We'll see how it goes. And the thing of it is, if you do it with the corps, I will only have 3 or 4 units on the board. But moving a whole corps is going to take time. So we're going to figure all this in. Do we do it by the corps? Do we do it by divisions? Or do we do it by... Ooh, what was that piece of paper at again? 60 brigades, and that's not counting the ones that were, you know, not in effective strength. I think it had another 5 or so that we're not even counting because they were 0 to 5% effective after the battle. But there you go. So I have 60 of these suckers on here, and that would be represented as a brigade. And I got their strengths mapped out, so they'd be starting at a certain strength until they get reinforced, and then they'll come on up and they'll be, what do you call it, mechanics for reinforcements. We were also thinking about, we have a mechanic here, a leader bonus chart, and each leader has its own attribute. You need attributes, so to give the corps they're with, the brigade they're with, or the division they're with, their own unique, you know, advantages. So we're looking at all kinds of stuff. We'll be back for game development ideas. All right, so here's how we're getting to our 18 die, and I like this a lot. I think we're going to have ourselves a little display here. We're going by cores, and with cores, I think you're only going to have 2 or 3 of them per side on the map, maybe at the most 4 or 5 per side. So that counts. That definitely reduces the clutter from 60 brigades. So, but here, when the cores do clash, I have our core counter. This will be the side of it, but the other side, I have the name of the leader and his strength. He's going to have 18 strength, so that's Reynolds will be in his first core. Now you'll have this little core display, and we'll break this down here. Now I don't have listed with me, I printed it to kind of X them out, but our first division commander's name, we don't have that. We'll fill that in, but we'll have these down to brigades. And on the first division of Reynolds Corps, there was only 2 brigades. There was Meredith, who was at 63%, and we got their percentages marked down here. That's how you break it down. So that equals 3 pips. Second brigade was Cutler. He was at 50%. I can't see this because it's all glare. All I see is a big glare, so hopefully I'm pointing at the right thing. So that was 50%. There you go. So I got all these. The second division was Robinson. These are the historical percentages according to our old boy right here. So we got these accurate. So here you go. There's 3, 6, 9, 11, 14, 17, 18. That's our 18 dice we'll be rolling. So then you'll be doing it like this. This is gonna be tough to get in here. I should get this is gonna be a bucket dice game or cup dice game. Yeah, that's what I should have did before I did this video. Let's see if we can beat Dexterous, and then when there's cores clash. Yeah, hitting on 6s. So if that was a Confederate roll, say I was up against another corps that had 18 pips, which, you know, hypothetically, let's just do what we can do. So that's hitting on 6s. That'd be, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 4 hits. Now, you got to take these off accordingly. So we go Raleigh, 1, Paul, 1, Cutler, 1, and say Meredith, 1. All right. The thing of it is, when you lose a certain amount of brigades, when they get down to 1 pip, we're going to have an automatic retreat, or, you know, the morale breaks and they get out of there. So that's how we'll be doing that. I like that combat system. Bucket of dice, like the big battle. We're having us a great time with this game. I think we're going with the Union Corps breakdown displays. And I'll be keeping track of your hits along this route. There you go. We'll match this up. We got a lot of work to do. We got to get how many cores are in here? Let me see here real quick. We do that. Oh, first core was there. Second core was there. Let me see here. It's 2. Third core. Fifth core. Oh, let me see here. Oh, I need to write these down. So we got 4 cores already. 5 with the 6th. 5 cores with the 6th. And some of these aren't going to be like this, 6th core. Cedric 6th core. We're not even going to include that because he's only at 2%. So we're back to 4, maybe operational cores. 12 core Slocum. He's 11%. I mean, we'll include Slocum's because 11 ain't that bad, but his brigades will be marked down. Then we have cavalry corps. So yeah, that's not bad. That'll be like 6 counters per side. And the big object of this game is getting, where are we at here? For the Confederates, a lot of victory points. Getting these 2 counters off of the board across the Potomac. They're going to be starting from Gettysburg. Their trek isn't even started. We got roads, we got weather, we got units that are going to come and try to cut them off. Their movement's going to be hampered. We got cards, we got leaders, effects. Yeah, so there you go. I'm liking this combat system. We're refining it down. Boy, things change. By the time we get done with this game, this whole map's probably not even going to be included. But there you go. Yeah, we're having a good time. Player screens. Yeah. All right, we'll be back. Oh, and, of course, or maybe incorporate our little timer. So you got a certain amount of time to get everything done. Get your moves on. We'll be back.